Hello, well today I am here with our QCS video diary. It's the end of another day of marking, and by the way, I hope you can see this beautiful cityscape that's behind me while I'm staying here in Brisbane. I thought I'd try and share that with you a little bit each day or each evening when I record these videos. I'm not a huge city living person myself, but it's quite nice to come and visit and have a beautiful view like this each evening. So today I really wanted to talk to you about specificity and being specific rather than general in certain answers. It's always a good idea to be overly specific and give real good detail in responses. And I thought I'd show you or explain it to you by referring to a couple of examples that I've been coming across and wanted to share with you. So, in the second part of the unit that I'm marking, students have to come up with two different ways that the scene could progress or really finish up, to be honest. Actually, it's towards the end of the play, how would it finish up? Two different ways it could go. There's a line that is delivered and they have to decide how that line is delivered in terms of gestures, body language, facial expressions, voice, tone, etc. And there's lots of different ideas on how it could be done. There's no right or wrong. It has to be justified as to why the character might deliver it that way. But what has happened is a lot of students have actually been really great at explaining, which is fantastic, because this is something I spend a lot of time with students on myself, because often that's the part they fall down on. But what I'm starting to notice is students are falling down on the descriptive part, which is actually a lower level command word, in terms of being specific about what that facial expression might be, what that gesture might be, what the tone would be, because they can mention those things, but they're not saying what they actually are. Let me give you an example. So this isn't a real person's answer. This is just some notes I jotted down today. We're not allowed to take real life examples away from the exam hall. I can't even yet, I'm afraid, share with you what the specific question says, what any of the model answers are. Once that information is released, it might even be released to the public by the end of this video series of my video diary. If it is, I will let you know. And like I said, as soon as it's out there, I will be able to share it with you, but I just can't yet, I'm sorry. But let me give you a general example. So if they were trying to get across that the character is saying it in a caring way, for example, well, they might say, they've got a happy expression on their face, or they might say they speak with a caring tone of voice, or they might say they have a gentle style to their body language. This is too vague. Now, they might think they're being specific, and a lot of students do, because they are mentioning specific terms like body language, voice, tone, gesture, body language. Did I say that one already? So that's specific terms, but they're not being specific in what they're saying about them. So saying doing something in a caring way is not specific enough. They need to be specific. So if they had a hand movement or a gesture or a body movement, they would need to say something like by putting their arm around that person, or placing a hand on their arm. Or if it's a tone of voice, they would need to say they speak softly or slowly or quietly. Or if it is a facial expression, they might say the person has a slight smile on their lips. Do you see how that's different to just saying caring or gentle or something like that? Because what they have decided in the mark scheme is that it needs to be specific enough that an actor knows exactly what to do with their body or their face and not have to interpret it for themselves. And that's the same really as us as markers. We are instructed that for the top grades, basically an A grade and sometimes for a B grade, we are not allowed to infer or add our own information or meaning to an answer. It has to be explicit. So that's my takeaway for you for today. Wherever it is possible to be more specific, be more specific. Think, have I gone into enough detail? Is the word I've used a little ambiguous? Are there different ways that could be interpreted? Or does the marker have to read something into it for themselves? So specificity in answers, that's today's focus. I hope you're enjoying this video diary. If you're watching it anywhere besides my blog at gradetransformation.com.au/blog, head over there. There's all the other parts of this video diary and plenty more videos with hints and tips for your teenager and students getting on in high school, college and university. If you have any questions about exams, exam marking, that's the theme of the moment, email me, katie.price@rocksolidstudy.com.au. I'd love to hear from you. And in the meantime, have a fantastic week, and I look forward to catching up with you on the next video.